Do you need paper?
No, because that will mess up. I'll take notes on my phone and then add them in. But thank you.
I understand.
Plus, I'm recording this. You're welcome to go back and watch it.
Thank you.
All right, session 8. Here we go. Whoops. Recap. After their drug-fueled festivities, the party settled in for a long rest. Garrett and Delta got telepathic messages from Sirs, which revealed some surprising confessions. Sirs knows that Jadzi is on the plane of Pandemonium. Sirs believes Garrett is a legacy descendant of Galazeth Prismari. What is happening here? And he believes Garrett is assured an invitation to Strixhaven out of sheer nepotism. Party awoke on the day of the Quandrix trial with Indigo receiving a message from Lorene Arneza pointing her in the direction of one of the legendary items of the Statera Opus, a pair of gauntlet gloves known as the Manus Mentis, currently in the possession of Professor Contraption at Quandrix College. The party heard on the news report that the Chancellor is still missing and that Professor Yelvandavo reported some missing items from the Lorehold Vault. Party got to utilize the Strixhaven carriages, learning how to determine their destination by solving college-themed puzzles. One particular name from the Lorehold trivia question, the Oracle Kaunan Singors, jogged the memories of Garrett and MacGruber. The party finally arrived at Quandrix College. An enormous sentient building known as Taurus was surrounded by artisan tents and filled with the hustle and bustle of crafting. In the distance sits a massive junkyard. And joining the party was the wary Vieric Stowflight, who seemed to already have some connections at Quandrix College, and Indigo's loyal friend, Ali. Upon arriving for their trial, they were met by the cunning Dean Pelanistra Tlanier and a gathering of professors. Arriving late was their rival, Kithri Lee Gallo. The party had a loud discussion about Kithri's violating and highly suspect behavior, and Dean Pelanistra publicly challenged them to learn defensive magics, and Taurus recommended they visit the infirmary on campus if they suspected infection or a curse of some kind. The party was ushered apprehensively alongside Kithri into a shrunken laboratory to research a caught mage hunter, a machine that had accompanied the Auric at the kidnapping of Chancellor Kimbatul. They learned some valuable information, including its ability to reverse attacking damage into healing and vice versa. Party learned that the mage hunter actually possessed a biological brain, making it susceptible to Kithri's blood magic. Using a combination of abilities and artificery spells provided to them by the small room, the party dismantled the mage hunter and returned to their correct size. Also, the party leveled up. Level 5. Here we go.
I'm freezing.
Okay, we want to hit that, the one closest to you.
Would you like my jacket?
We'll see if the wind's dying down helps.
That might help a little bit.
The wind chill.
So before we dive into too much, I want to do the little professor introduction with you, and just let you know who all of these people are. So you have met Pelanistra Tlanier. She is the Dean of Theory. Her specialty is magical mysteries and curse breaking. Taurus is the sentient building. You remember that his humanoid form is connected to the building at all times, meaning he is somewhat autonomous within its self. And the building, the magical construct, specializes in artificial intelligence and basically all forms of artificery. The 3 professors that you met, on the left, you have Professor Baltazar, who is a necrocore, basically a vial of sentient blood. He is a professor of theory and specializes, surprise, surprise, in blood magics. Professor Contraption is a professor of order, substance. And he is a construct himself. And his specialty is magical creation, fabrication, and constructs. And then Professor Skoaskeza is also a professor of substance, and her specialty is potions. As the dean compliments you all on your hard-fought win and your discoveries along the way, she also comments, "It is also a mark of pride of our college that we employ a population of non-magical individuals. Our founder, Tanazir Kondrix, always held excellence in craftsmanship in the highest regard. Master craftsmen from all over the multiverse, are invited here to teach students a variety of art forms, from metalsmithing to textiles to woodworking to a variety of scientific studies. The mundanes, as many call them, are welcome here and add to the vibrancy of our illustrious studies." And I will tell you before you are invited to comment or ask questions, Delta, MacGruber, and Ovi, you would notice that as Dean Pelanistra is going through her introductions, Kithri's attention is not on you all anymore. It has turned very hostile towards Pelanistra herself.
Oh, boy.
She has reverted from her raven form into her halfling form, and if the glare could shoot daggers, it would. You see a darkness and a redness kind of bleed over into her eyes. Her teeth are clenched, hands are balled into fists. The entire time that Pelanistra is talking, she has not broken her gaze.
She is or is not a raven right now?
She is currently not a raven. She's reverted back.
Okay. Is there any opportunity to get some of these feathers, though?
Ooh.
Would she have shed feathers? She would have come back in the room. Do you want to try to take one? Let's do this, because I didn't tell you that was happening. Do you want to try to take one on her before she transforms back?
I do.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check. Let's see if you can pick one off.
Yeah, sure.
She says yes, I did.
Oh, it's not going to be good. Actually, 1 second.
You could probably ask for help if you need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to look me in the eye?
Yeah, will someone help me? Because I rolled shitty.
Yeah, I think I can help you. Oh man, did I pull the right character up? Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, sorry. There we go. Yeah, let me try.
You got this.
So you're both trying independently, or you're
18.
both, you're 18 sleight of hand?
We're doing whatever that roll helps us do the best.
Okay. So let's say that roll works. Tell me how you work together to get this and help one another.
I think it's like one person runs a distraction and the other person takes it type of thing.
I think you've seen like how like acrobatic and stealthy I am like in combat, and you're like, hey,
You are
Indigo.
invincible.
Try and grab one of those feathers. I think that could help us. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I got you.
So what is Hattie doing to distract her then?
Really need Hattie, honestly.
Yes, you do. You're pulling
Are you about
her
to give me
hair out.
advantage?
I would like to do something so that I could roll performance. I am doing a little jig. Because that's not what anyone would be suspecting in that moment.
Okay.
Just giving her a death glare, like do it full on like the Samoan war. Whatever.
So let's do this. Given your first roll, go ahead and make a performance roll. Just why not? Because that sounds fun.
15.
15.
That is
Perfect.
a super cool performance.
Let's say with your first roll, I would like to suggest you go for it and then realize she's catching up on you and kind of doing this number like,
Yeah.
oh, just kidding, and like, la la la, look at me. And that while she's distracted by you, she's Indigo is able to add a were-raven feather to your inventory. But as she reverts back to this small halfling form, the three of you in particular notice that her vitriol and her attention has been redirected towards Pelanistra.
I lean over to Ovi and say, hey, what's wrong with Kithri?
And I just telepathically, you're going to hear, I don't know, but I think we all kind of have our eyes on her. She's definitely a person of interest for me as well.
Same. Okay.
I would
I
really
wanna
like
go
to
up
see
to
her.
Contraption and hold a hand out and be like, Indigo Mountain Twirl, it's nice to meet you, and like try and shake his hand.
They're kind
Great.
of impressive.
So I think this move, what you're basically told is tomorrow is the Silver Quill trial. That's kind of the next thing you need to know, and we're done with the trial. So as the kind of group breaks up to mingle a little bit, you walk up to Contraption. Now Contraption has multiple arms. The two main ones have these these gloves, and you can tell he is holding them kind of in front of him. They are his favored hands. His face is really kind of beak-like, and while he doesn't have kind of the mechanics to make a lot of facial expressions, you kind of get a lot from his body language. He looks at you, kind of cocks his head, is like, Indigo Mountain Twirl, welcome to Quandrix College, and extends a hand to you.
I start shaking his hand. I'm like, oh, wow. I love those are nice gloves.
They are gauntlets, actually. They are designed by our founder, Tanazir Quandrix.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long have you had them?
Well, they were gifted to me by Taurus when Taurus created me, and I used them to teach about fabrication and educate our student body. Surely you will take one of my classes.
Absolutely. That sounds really exciting. So are you the first person to ever have had these gloves?
Well, Tanazir Quandrix, as the story goes, made them for herself and was responsible for fabricating towards the being around you and many of the robotic entities that roam this campus. They've been gifted from time to time to various professors and deans and even the oracles at one time. Kalman Singors himself wore these at one time. And after his untimely death, they were gifted to me for safekeeping.
And are you keeping them safely?
Well, it has been nearly 100 years, and they have performed wonderful feats for our student body and our scientific advancements.
Well, thank you for keeping us and them safe and for all of your teaching. I can't wait to take one of your classes.
It is truly a pleasure. Can't wait to discuss this further.
Yeah.
Can I go talk to Pelanistra?
Yes, you can.
I introduce myself. Dean Pelanistra. It's Delta Yellow Rose. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
You have a beautiful college here. I love it. Have you ever, I've been hearing chatter around the colleges, and have you ever had a group of people do the trials together like we've been doing?
She looks at you. She's like, that is an excellent question. And she kind of holds her hand up politely to pause you. And she looks at the rest of you. Before she makes her announcement, did anyone else want to have a side conversation in this exact moment?
No.
I didn't want to interrupt anybody that was doing that. Okay. She ends up and she says, students, you are dismissed for the day. And Dean Taurus, if you would be so kind as to escort Miss Lee Gallo, Mr. Olivan, and Mr. Stillflight to the respective next activities. I would like a private word with the rest of you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no.
The humanoid form of Taurus points the way to the outside, and you see the three leave fairly quickly. Kid 3 has a long glare at Pelanistra before she leaves. Virik is kind of over this, and he is kind of walking away with a sense of purpose. Ollie just kind of waves over his shoulder, kind of happily at the rest of you. As the room clears, as the room clears, Pelanistra looks at the six of you and she says, "Come with me. Let's speak somewhere a little more private." She flicks her wrist and a large gold key materializes in her hand. She sticks it into midair, and a golden shimmering outline of a doorway appears. She turns the key and the door and opens it, and a doorway into space materializes, and she steps through into some smaller plane of existence and gestures for you all to follow.
Okay.
Okay.
One by one, as you enter, you arrive inside a small living room with ample seating for you all. The room is not designed with comfort or aesthetics in mind. The seats have no cushions. The coffee table in the middle is made of metal and is boxy and sharp. However, there's a warm fire and a hearth on one wall to your left. A desk is on the opposite side of the room to your right, next to a file cabinet and a bookshelf. And there's another door on the opposite side of the room from the one you entered. But the dean gestures to all of you to sit and make yourselves comfortable. She closes the door behind you all. And she sits down and takes a deep breath. Delta, you would notice as she is kind of relaxed a little bit, there's a little silver tattoo that you catch just under her sleeve. You just catch it as she's kind of readjusting and making
a silver
herself.
tattoo.
Let me first congratulate you all on a successful trial today. I hope you all appreciate and understand, and she's looking very intently at you all as she says this, the significance of what you saw and what you learned today. The Mage Hunters are one of the Oryx's key weapons, and learning how to address them will be a strong advantage to you, regardless of what happens next. Now, can I assume by now that you've all realized the nature of your shared relationship?
Delta speaks up and just says, aside from these tattoos, we haven't gotten that far yet.
And the rest of you?
It's only been like 2 days. They seem like nice people.
So what I'm understanding is the faculty, at least, understands more of what's going on than we do.
It's likely true. You are surrounded by some of the foremost mages in the known multiverse. Few know that the tattoos that you sport are an enchantment called temporal exclusion. It was invented by Velamachus Lorehold and taught to his siblings. And it's possible, other than the founders themselves and potentially Dean Bectus of Lorehold, no one, not even myself, knows the nature of that ritual.
Oh.
What are these tattoos called?
Temporal exclusion. What that can mean is that the founders believe Strixhaven is in jeopardy, and each of you have been recruited to act in their best interest here.
Yeah?
Like the champion of each school?
I don't know if that's a title that you are given or one that you earn, but you could say, in some sense, you are a descendant. I don't know if you are all of one or more or some or all represented here. What I can tell you is, Miss Parker, looking at Hattie, your indignation at the policies of this school are noted. You are not alone in your sentiments about the nature of these constraints placed upon the leadership. And while they may keep the school from tearing itself apart, they also unfairly reward actions of a devious, evil, or violating nature by handcuffing corrective action. Your concerns about Miss Lee Gallo are not misplaced, and I would proceed with caution. And while I cannot intervene, I am not barred from teaching you some simple ways to detect magic and remove curses, or from pointing you in the correct direction for any healing that you may require, and I am prepared to do so.
Is there a particular reason why Kithri would be
A bloodhound?
Well, I was particularly angry at you.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have never seen or met her before, but I will tell you I have lived long enough to offend some people, and she would not be the first descendant to come looking for retribution or revenge for a slighted ancestor Who knows? I have no concept of that. It is not uncommon.
Insight check?
Yes.
No,
go
you
for it.
can't. I'll let you use your passive insight on that.
Okay.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
You said that you think that founders gave us these tattoos because they think something bad is going to happen here?
Something
Do you
bad
know-
always happens here. Let me be clear. This is not a safe place. And because of how this is set up, with the polar opposites being taught side by side, there is always a threat to everyone at every moment in time.
Who is the biggest threat to Strixhaven right now?
Some would say the Auric. Some would say these restrictions and rules from the founders themselves. Some would say every new incoming class births the next great villain. Some could say the gods themselves. Now, you'll see in Silverquill tomorrow just how close the gods can be to us at any given point in time.
Well, obviously, I have some concerns because I was under the impression that I needed to come here as a student, be a student, and just proceed under the radar. And now you're telling me all the faculty knows and understands all of this. It seems like we're already in the spotlight.
I can't speak for the faculty. I'll tell you these are my conclusions, and I would be surprised if Dean Bectus also may not have her suspicions. Temporal exclusion is not well known, and there are many professors that haven't been here that long to maybe know about that. So I don't know if that is a given, that every dean or every professor knows what's going on. What they do know is that you're connected somehow. I tell you, our time today is, and meetings like this will have to be infrequent if we are to advance your skills at a pace that is necessary for you to grow in whatever skills that to accomplish whatever missions to which you've been assigned. And let me be clear, I don't know what they are, and it might be best if I don't know what they are. I may need some plausible deniability unless you need assistance. So I would encourage you all, be as honest as you need to be with one another. Be discriminating even with me. It is never good for all information to be centralized in one location.
How will we know who we can trust?
Good question.
The fact that you're asking that is a good first step. I don't know. You are going to have to figure that out, and figure that out quickly. What I will tell you is I meant what I said on day one of your orientation. There is no power in a single entity. All power resides in numbers. You cannot do this alone. Whatever this is. Maybe this is the next threat. Maybe this is the threat. Maybe the apocalypse is looming. For the founders to get involved is incredibly rare.
So if you think that Kithri is sketchy and you need us in order to save stuff, then why did you potentially put us in danger by allowing her to be in this trial with us? Doesn't that feel counterproductive to the mission statement?
The logic of what you're saying is sound. The problem is we live in a culture that doesn't live by normal rules. And the truth is I can't show favoritism, and I cannot publicly protect you. That would be a short-term and short-sighted solution.
I mean, isn't there already a show of favoritism by the fact that we're completing all these trials together? I mean, that's a pretty blatant show to the whole school that we have targets on our back now.
I couldn't agree with you more. I fought against it.
We fought for it.
Well, given that there are 10 deans, the 10 deans all voted, and typically the voice of the Oracle, the Chancellor, breaks ties. It was in the interest of the majority. for them to see you all in community. I think that was a terrible idea, and I still do. I think it has drawn unnecessary attention to you, and I hope that once these trials are over, that whatever the next fad is will assume the attention of the populace.
And if it doesn't?
Then we play the hand that we're dealt. It might mean we have to move faster.
Very unhelpful, thank you.
I appreciate that you are understanding that magical power is not always the solution. Many of your classmates, many generations before you, have never understood that. The accumulation of power will not solve every problem. That is why I need you to be smart. I can teach you all the spells you could possibly want to know.
Sure, yeah.
And it still might not be enough. Who you are is going to matter more than what you can do.
Thank you.
Now,
Before you go, I want to make sure that we met this trial. You'd asked us to give you as much information about this object as we could. Did we have a chance to relay that information to you? Or did you already know all the information?
I didn't need the information. I needed you to know the information. And what you have learned is going to be incredibly valuable.
Okay, I hope that I've proven to you that I've learned a lot about it.
I love the fact that Indigo's like, God, but my report's right here. Can I get a grade? Can I just...
It's pretty good.
She, the slightest grin, does smirk is kind of on her face as this clear brown nosing is happening. She's like, you did admirably. And I expect that news of your contributions in other schools will not go unnoticed as well.
Good. Thank you.
Before you go, is there anything you believe I should know?
Kinkley's collecting blood? I
That's concerning.
mean, yeah.
I want to try to look you in the eye.
What's up?
Should we tell her about the demigoth that's headed for the school?
Not yet.
Okay.
You, I think, have
You say so.
shown more initiative than a lot of the professors so far. Thank you. Obviously, we're first year freshmen here. We're still figuring things out, but thanks for the introduction. Obviously, we're just starting this, so maybe as we start connecting some dots, you will be a useful resource that we can talk about.
I hope so.
Hey, if you could like teach us a bunch of stuff, are you going to do that like now or?
Oh my gosh!
That was the level up.
That's the level up. There you go.
Yeah, you got a new spell.
I mean, you mentioned things like cure wounds. You mentioned like 3 particular D&D spells, and I couldn't help but notice that. And perhaps you have a scroll of 1 or 2 of those just in your pocket, and you wanted to share it with us because you believe in our mission. But who am I to say?
She looks at you and she's like, you might have a fair chance at this. And she goes over to her file cabinet and she pulls out a potion bottle. She pulls out a scroll. And what was the other thing?
Indigo's getting like a little jealous of like the attention that you're getting. Especially after what you did today.
This is your school. This is clearly. Obi's clocked it, like, oh, she's trying to get in here. Got it. Noted.
Being rewarded for my
She
bad
might be
behavior
stealthy,
and
but
really
subtle. It's not.
Yeah, that's really rubs me the wrong way.
So she pulls out a potion bottle. I gotta write this down because I'm making it up. You have not because you asked not. So I'm rewarding initiative. A potion bottle, a scroll, and then a little. It looks like a starburst. It's kind of in little brown paper. This little chewable something.
It's just a starburst.
The potion bottle is a potion of greater healing.
Yeah.
The scroll is a remove curse scroll.
Yeah. Let's go.
And the chewable is not a spell or a potion you'd be familiar with. It basically functions... Shelby, do you remember when you were playing, this was 2 campaigns ago, you had the lay on hands feature, or you had it too, that if you used...
When I had that horse you killed?
Yes, that was 2 ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That I gave back to you and you said no? Yeah, that one. It basically functions like that paladin lay on hand to remove diseases.
Okay.
And so it can cure, it'll basically, if you, whoever eats it, you're cured of all diseases or conditions. Conditions could be charmed or frightened or petrified or something like that. I guess not petrified, you couldn't chew it.
I'm going to slip right in. I'm just getting water.
You're good.
Do I have a sense of whether these are going to be things that are perhaps commonly found or uncommonly found?
So a greater healing potion is better than your common healing potion. So common healing potions like your aspirin, like your greater healing potions like an antibiotic.
Okay.
I just made that up. There is an infirmary on campus you can go to that would always have healing potions available to you. They would probably have someone that could do the remove disease, but you have to get there. So if you're way out in the middle of Witherbloom campus, and you may not have time to get back to the infirmary for things like this, a remove curse spell is a level 2 spell, right? Level 2 or level 3?
I think it's 3.
I think it's 3, actually. So higher level students would be able to cast that. The right kind of... So a cleric would have access to that. Not just anybody can do a remove curse. For example, Ovi...
I can't.
And actually, for remove curse? Not yet.
Not yet.
But rogue arcane trickster. I think that's you. So you and Ovi are actually the only ones that could use that scroll because it's on your spell lists.
Cute.
So how's it work? Just if we have it, we can do the spell?
You use an action, you read it, basically. Yeah. And
Just
it's
one
kind of
time?
a one use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we all
Anybody
do
can
that?
use the potion. No, it's one apiece. These are valuable. These take a long time to craft and they take material components, but it's enough to help you in the moment. The goal is that these little gifts would get you enough to get where you needed to go to get the rest of you help or whatever the case may be.
Before we go, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Whenever we're done talking about that. I just want to make sure you do
Right.
that.
So gifts are given to you. Use them wisely. I would not flaunt them. And please, I think it would be best if maybe we didn't talk about this super publicly. I am here.
Do you know a good private place we can talk to each other about this?
What are you pointing yourself?
Garrett's like,
Or is that your question too?
I know a place.
Garrett knows a place.
Oh.
Oh.
I would
know.
be.
I know a place.
I will tell you that I'm glad. And actually, that's good to know. I would not assume anywhere in public is without listening ears, and I would include your minds in that.
She looks to everyone. Ponistra, I do... so I know you said that obviously this college is under attack and... Not under attack, but has many enemies. Is there anyone in recent past that we should... I heard that a negative plane was opened. And I'm just...
Recently. Where'd you hear that?
We have sources.
Yeah, we have...
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to, with that being said, it sounds like there's a very immediate threat. So, is there anyone in recent or distant past that you think that we should start with?
Good question.
So,
Hi, Sissy.
yet another example of a ridiculous restraint that's been put on the school. It's not public knowledge, but the negative plane, of course it was opened. Belladros Witherbloom, it was one of her greatest accomplishments. I do not know why.
That I'm a descendant of Witherbloom?
I mean, you haven't asked and she hasn't said, so
So no.
I don't know that we could assume that.
Okay.
It was sealed. We don't talk about it. It basically would suck all life as we know it. It survives opposite of us. Instead of growth, it is decay. Instead of healing, it is death. Nobody could really survive there, and we don't truly know what kinds of creatures roam those spaces and what their capabilities are. The deans and the founders shut Belladros down after this accomplishment and swore her to secrecy. I don't even know where the entrance that she created was. If you're saying a new one has been opened, that is news to me. And that also means that's whatever ritual that has been created to do so has been a discovery that should alarm us. Tears, while themselves aren't necessarily threats, they are doorways. And should many of them, more of them be opened, we could be on the verge of some threat. I would proceed with caution. But no average person, no low-level mage would be capable of inventing that ritual. Maybe conducting it, but that's interesting to know.
Does Dean
Quick question.
recognize me?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so
You said we aren't safe even in our own thoughts. Do you know anyone who we should be aware of that's a legilimens? Like, can we learn occlumency?
Ooh.
Most of the time, eavesdropping on someone's thoughts requires some spell casting, a potion of some kind, maybe some herb. There are herbs in the Witherbloom campus and in the Feywild that give one limited ability to listen in on thoughts. It is not an innate trait that I know of for any races, although there are still races out in the outer planes that we have not met yet. But I would say in the common populace, if anyone's going to try to listen in, they're going to have to do it on purpose. It will be for a very brief period of time, and they will have to use their spellcraft or potions to be able to do so. There is it a ring of mind shielding? Isn't there? There are magic items that could be created. They take a while. They are high-level items. They're very rare. But they are craftable with the right resources and the right time.
It might be worth us looking into.
Her friend.
We are the foremost artificery authority in the multiverse, and there's plenty of people here that would be inspired by that challenge.
Maybe they could just go ahead and start up on that?
Well, you would probably have to provide them the components necessary for that. What they would need to craft it doesn't exist here on campus, as do many of the higher level items that are being crafted. You would have to probably procure them for the artisan. But I can get you a list of those ingredients and find a trustworthy crafter to connect you with.
Yeah, just send me a message on Canvas.
I forget that y'all have not seen your dormitories yet. You will have the ability to send messages on campus much more easily once you get into your permanent housing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into the permanent housing.
Honestly, same.
I
Same.
hope it's a little more mature.
No offense,
I know.
everyone, but
Yeah. It's quite ready.
your room, till your room with kid 3.
Oof.
Are we gonna have the same roommates, or do we get to, pick new roommates?
Each of the deans will brief you on that, or the RAs will brief you on that once you receive your letters and select your colleges. Remember, any colleges can offer an acceptance letter to any student. And then if you get more than one, it's your choice of where you would like to. Well, fortunately for all students here, everyone is scholarship.
That's fair. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Let me impress upon you that the founders, whatever your opinion is, and I do not wish to know, are capable of some of the most incredible magic in history. They are beings, and I would challenge you not to place any of them on too high a pedestal. Now, you've been here 4 days, but let me impress upon you the gravity of the Chancellor's disappearance as well. His absence does pose a threat to the political balance of the school, and if the Auric do not release him or make a public statement shortly, the leadership of this school will begin to fracture, and some extreme solutions will begin to make their way into the public eye. Be cautious about getting caught up in those extremes. And if you encounter any leads as to his whereabouts, please let me know at once. Disrupting the Auric's plans would come with a handsome reward. And I do not mean between us in this room, I mean very publicly. I know you didn't all sign up for this, and for the weight that each of you are carrying. This is unfair. At your age, you would have to know and consider some of the grandeur of these and the seriousness of some of these situations. For what it's worth, in my long life, I've never encountered a hero who ventured on their journey fully prepared. I meant what I said at your orientation. The greatest power you have is trusted relationships. And my recommendation is to start building a foundation between you. You will almost certainly need it for this month, need it for the months and years ahead of you.
Thanks. Appreciate your time.
As she stands up, she opens the door. All of you are able to file out. And you have the afternoon to yourself. What would you like to do?
Hey, you guys got
Wow, what a trip, huh?
Stop at the infantry
Infirmary. Infirmary, yeah. I don't know that I necessarily trust her, per se, but if Kithri hates her as much as I saw, it kind of makes me feel like
We're on the
she's
right side.
potentially an ally.
Maybe like too
Yeah, that makes me
invested in us
suspicious
as a
of you,
group.
Trevor.
A little bit invested. That was a little strong.
As long
But
as like caring and just like being interested, like I definitely trust her. I think she's a great person.
I think you like the school. This
I
is
mean,
your
like,
place.
I
Got
feel like
it.
the
Noted.
first thing she said to us was like, "Don't
She
tell
was
me
right.
anything," and then she asked us to tell her everything. So it's kind
About
of just
the
a
dean-
weird
about the
lady. Is
chancellor
all I'm
thing.
saying.
I just feel like this is kind of a classic tale of this Yimmy in the sky that I've heard of, where it's like, ooh, you can trust me, I'm going to help you, and then they turn out to be bad, so I am suspicious.
And then they kill your horse.
I haven't heard of that guy, but
Yeah.
I
I
hear
think she
you.
really has the school's best.
Definitely
interest at heart.
chaotic neutral.
Fair. Okay, so since apparently everybody is going to know anyway, I will tell you that my mission here is to figure out who's trying to kill Father Shad. His real name is
Shadrax Silverquill.
the founder of Silverclaw.
Where are you having this conversation? Are y'all out of the building yet?
In this weird portal area.
I'm assuming we're walking and talking or in the carriages, but I wouldn't be talking about it publicly.
Good.
So he is.
I don't know what that guy did, but just for the record, have you considered Kithri?
I am because here's the thing. So for the past several hundred years, he has these really intense, vivid visions that he can't break free, and they're of him being ritually sacrificed and murdered. and he experiences it.
Oh.
He feels them, and then like wakes up from it, right? And he's still like the dragon. He's still the founder, but it happens, and I got sucked into it
What?
with him. And the being that is hunting him down is the Raven Queen.
Fucking stop.
Do you? Yeah. So I'm not trying to be like,
I mean, I don't have a very high passive insight, but I'm saying where Raven.
Right. Well, a lot of were ravens worship her too. I'm not trying to be like a jerk here.
Jumped to
just-
conclusions,
but
Also, before I forget, when he was talking about that negative plane ritual that someone would have to do it who was a really high level person, like
Yeah.
a high ranked person, Kithri did that ritual. I watched her do it.
okay. So we all agree we don't like her.
In the
Well, I
level
think
5.
she's
I
like the
think.
guinea pig, right? Like she's like
She's
the
probably
grunt.
a pawn,
Yeah.
right? Probably. So it would be nice to know who's pulling her string, but also how quick can we snip it?
It sounds
I'm
like
just going to say, though,
Shadrax
she has a
maybe
lot of hit points.
some ability for divination. If he's having
Yeah,
this vision.
he's definitely light and dark.
How
holy
well do you
and
know
divine.
him?
You called him Father Shad?
So that's the thing, right? Like that's his
Yeah,
human
who's the guy?
persona that he's taken on.
Dad?
He's not my dad. He is not my dad. My parents. I am descended
Dad.
from him, though. We had no idea. I don't even know that they know that's who he is. He just would stop by ever since I was a child and hang out, and we were really close.
Father Shad.
Yeah, he is a priest.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
He
It's
would
totally
just
fine.
come by and
It's
hang
very-
out like
yeah.
you were a kid?
Very
Yeah,
healthy
now
connection.
I'm kind of rethinking everything you just told me.
Light and dark death. He wasn't Catholic, for crying out loud.
I should have thought through that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Turns out he's my great grandpa.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And someone's trying to kill him?
Well, yeah. Well, somebody does through a vision every
Yeah, they, like,
5 to
dream
10
kill
years.
Why? What has he done?
I don't know. And I'm going to be honest with you. The more I hear about the dragons, it's confusing, and I don't know. All I know is somebody chops him slowly into bits, and he experiences it every few years, and it's horrible. So this is dark,
Is
and
it a
I'd like
person?
to stop. Well, it's apparently that has evolved. The only thing that's been consistent in it is the Raven Queen. And he believes it has to do with the school, though, and someone trying to take down all
Well,
the
doesn't
founders.
Shadrach kind of not really get along with his siblings, the other founders?
I learned that here. He didn't even tell me. I got one brief introductory, and he said, "You're going to go to Silver Quill and figure this out." And that's why tomorrow I really got to show up and prove, because I will not be some nepo baby here. Either I make it into the school or not.
I mean, I don't
Hold
want
on,
to talk
hold on.
bad about your great-great-grandfather, but
Would I make
I've
it?
heard that he maybe isn't, like, the chillest about the other schools.
Oh,
Yeah.
Would I remember that Shadrax
what do you know?
Granbella's brother?
Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah, all the founders are siblings.
They are. So that's not.
So are we all
Not
like
earth
technically
shattering.
cousins then, in some really distant
Wait, all
way?
the founders are siblings?
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
Oh, welcome to the party, bruv.
What founder do you know?
Yeah. What founder do you know?
Should we take this into like a more private area?
Yeah,
Yes, where's your secret place? Show
Are
us.
we just doing this now?
Yes, we're doing this now. Show us your
Okay.
place.
Garrett looks around to see if there's like a door somewhere.
You find a door.
Okay.
The door of the carriage.
He's gonna go up to that door, take out a key, put in the doorknob, turn it, open it, and then like gesture in.
You've got one too? A whole pocket dimension. Mini room.
And MacGruber just goes, the room of requirement.
I was like, what is the whole
His he
thing?
has to use a
I'm
door.
at the library later today to tell her I wouldn't meet back up with her. So that
Cool. We won't take
The
too long.
afternoon is young. You're good.
Yeah.
Do we all go into the room?
Absolutely.
Describe the room
I
to
guess
us.
What does
I
it
do.
look
why
like?
did you guys not sleep there? I don't
It's a
understand.
hookah bar.
I don't.
It's
I don't fucking know. Oh, it's only for an hour. Okay.
What
No,
happens
I-
if you're in the room
I
after?
picture it as like a real like dive bar.
Dive bar?
Yeah, like a dive bar that has like, I don't know, like a billiards
stacked them on,
table,
like,
and
some
like a
pretzels and
shuffleboard
some
table,
peanuts.
and like a
Patty's Pub.
and it's got like, yeah, just like beat up like stools at the bar.
Called Gareth's.
Nice. What do you have on tap?
And then I closed the door behind me. I was like, all right, guys, now we can hash this out.
So what founder do
Anyway.
you know?
I was trying to tell you, Shadrax is actually not kind of cool about all the schools. And, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, I would kill him, but it sounds like he probably does have some enemies because of
Okay.
being not cool.
Okay, that's a lot to process. I believe you. I think. Wow. Okay.
I've heard there's like drama between your Uncle V guy and your Auntie Bella
Yeah.
because they're siblings.
Oh, that's you?
I
Bella.
mean, I know Dr. V, yeah. I think it's Velamachus.
Velamachus.
Oh.
Where does he go
But
from?
Gareth, who do you know?
Garrett, hard T there.
Are you making fun of my accent?
Whoa! That took a turn.
I apologize.
It's her half Elven
I don't think
accent.
we've spoken yet. Garrett, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We've been hanging out.
Roasted.
Fair.
Yeah, Garrett, can you tell us?
I found out I'm related to Prismari. I did not know this. There's no reason for me to think, like, I have any origins from there. Like, I grew up in just, like, a small farm town, very basic upbringing, family of no importance. So,
But who in Prismari?
I mean, you got a magical key. You're obviously cooler than
Like-
you're letting on.
Like,
well, I was given this when I found out that I was related to Prismari.
Galazeth.
Okay.
That's who gave
how
it to
did
me.
you find
Did
that
you know
out?
about any beef between the siblings?
No, I don't know anything. My mission here is that someone's trying to assassinate the Oracle, Jodzi. And I need to figure out who and when and how.
Well, I can tell you there's a demigoth on the loose that's probably trying to kill someone.
Okay.
So there's a lot of bosses we're going to have to
Well,
fight.
and I know where Jodzi is. So when we were jumping through those pools, right, I took you guys into the magenta one. That's where Jodzi lives.
Why'd you take us there?
Because I was trying to see if there was it was a fucking war
Johnson
zone.
murder, yeah.
Okay. And you thought that would be a cool place to show up. Just in the middle of a war zone.
I didn't want it to be a war zone. I was hoping it wasn't a war zone.
But it could have been.
Any of those things could have been a war
I'm
zone.
just asking questions.
Wait, who is Jodzi?
Jodzi's the oracle of the school.
No, what's up?
She's the main. She's the
Most
person.
powerful. They're gifted with the most powerful magic knowledge that Strixhaven has, and there is always one in existence. And it is their job to go and explore and parlay around the known multiverse.
She's super nice. Met her, great gal.
Whoa, you met the Oracle?
Yeah.
When?
When my Prismari ancestor took me there.
Which was when?
Before I came to the school, like right before.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how I found all this stuff out. I didn't know anything about this school, anything about Prismari, anything about anything, and it all happened in that one day.
Did you have any battles?
Yeah, because I had to jump through all those pools, and I had to fight a water monster along the way.
Did you win?
I didn't die, so yes.
I think that's a
survived.
win, Garrett, yeah.
So that's a win.
Wait, Gareth, what were you doing before you came here?
Nothing. I was
Like
literally
with your
just
life?
like, what's that?
Like with your life?
I
Still nothing.
Nothing. Truly, it's a tiny, small town, tiny farm town. I worked on my family's farm. And then all of a sudden, one day, this person shows up and takes me on this adventure.
You have
I-
magic?
You weren't like having beef with any particular people in your town. There wasn't a story about any of that. There's
Sirs.
nothing going on otherwise. They're just farming all day, every day, just farming. Nobody roaming through that you wanted to have a nemesis.
I like that, though. How very Hobbit of you. Cheers.
I'm a halfling.
Yeah.
I think you're a fulling, Gary.
So you
I
took us to
give
Only they can say
the
that.
Gruber
Oh, yeah, I can say that.
so you took us to the magenta pool to see what Jodsy was up to?
I mean, I think eventually we probably need to go there, but I'm suspicious on like.
No,
So,
but like
I'm-
in the trial, you took us through the magenta pool to check the status of Jodsy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
because I'm worried that
Dude,
I'm
we
told
could've
that
been
she's
the
being
Oracle.
assassinated, or that there's a plot to kill her.
Okay, fair. Well, so let's try to just be objective about this because it's going to be confusing, as I'll get out here soon. So, in theory, my mission was to figure out who's trying to assassinate Father's Chad, Silverquill, and why they're trying to take down the school.
There's a demigoth on the loose, and I'm trying to figure out who's pulling the strings on that.
I gotta fix the stars.
Shut up. What?
What?
The fuck are these stars?
I don't know.
Like the stars?
Yeah, Vicor said they were broken. He said you gotta fix them. They're wrong.
Fix the stars. Do you
That's
know
the
what?
stupidest thing I've heard. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Well, we probably like details
That's
in my
for you.
story.
Oh, hi.
I think that someone's calling on Zoom.
I looked at Hattie.
Is it just me or does this guy make no fucking sense?
And then I say, that's the stupidest thing I've heard.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more? Like,
I mean, you guys know about as much as I know now. Like, divination people read the future in the stars, and then they said it was wrong.
well, okay, so where are you from? We're all descendants of someone. Who are you descendant from?
Oh, probably Velomachus.
Lower hold.
There you go.
Yeah.
This one takes notes. Good
Why
job.
are you being so
Why'd you say
shady?
probably? Do you not know that?
Well, like, I don't think he was like, you're my kid situation, but like, he was like my mentor growing up. He like taught me a lot of artificer stuff.
I looked at Hattie again. And I initiate the...
I know.
So every time this happened, the whole group just like bites on their fingernails or just like
Everyone checks
waits,
their phone.
just like yeah.
I mean, it's very brief. It's what the fuck, and then I look away.
Wait, so this guy was your mentor growing up? Like you grew up with the founder?
Well, he like came by. He was like a roaming teacher.
Was he a priest?
No,
Okay. Okay.
honestly,
me in
it
every
looked
night.
just like Indiana Jones. If you've ever seen that magical show in the sky.
I can't believe you guys actually like grew up with the founders. Like,
I
mean,
didn't.
well, I didn't know they were the founder
Yeah,
until
he's
like
You kind of did.
4 days ago.
yeah, sorry.
And you're like a person. Like, where did you live?
I didn't.
Oh, my family's estates.
Like in America or like Earth?
I feel like mine kind of abandoned me then.
I definitely am starting to get the idea that these are very different siblings and interact very differently because we all have very different relationships already with them.
Wait, is yours a dragon?
All of them are dragons. All of
Yeah,
them
so
are
they all have human forms, and they do weird stuff. Tell
Yeah,
you who they are for real.
Did you
Become a
first
dragon.
D&D session?
Yeah.
When in doubt, they're a gold dragon.
In game time, 4 days ago at your orientation, the Chancellor did tell you
He told
the
you.
Oh, that's
5
right.
founder dragons were birthed from the unholy union of Bahamut and Tiamat, which is like the good god dragon and the bad goddess dragon. So
Together, really?
that is common knowledge for what it's
Yeah.
worth.
Very common knowledge.
Not for my boy Farmer Garrett over here.
In Strixhaven, it's common knowledge.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so I gotta fix this. I don't know how to do that. I don't know anything
okay.
about divination.
Cool. So stars. You got to fix the stars.
Which, can I just say that is still the stupidest thing?
I agree.
Dude, you said a word I've never heard before. It's talking about scary monsters under your bed. I don't know what we're doing
It's
here.
a little bit more, I don't know, concrete than fix the stars.
I mean, I've never heard
Yeah,
of a demigod
what's
before.
the
I've heard of a star before.
severity of this? Like, is it gonna destroy the school if it doesn't get fixed? Like,
What
how
star?
crucial is this?
Well, I feel like the people that predict the future are blind right now, so like they don't know what's going to happen.
That makes a little bit more sense.
That's helpful.
Man, you guys don't know how divination works? I don't know anything, and I know more than you guys.
Okay, fair. We all have our strengths here.
This fucking guy.
Everyone stares at Delta.
Garrett, what is
She's
your
going to
mission?
develop a lazy eye at some point and telepathically talk to two people at the same time.
Honestly, that would be really
Do a
cool.
three-way call. Do a three-way call. She's just like, whoop.
Garrett, what
I
is your
hope this
mission?
develop over time because I am using my eyes so much. I do hope that I can maybe...
As you evolve spells, we'll talk about Mary's telepathic bond and whatnot.
Cute.
Fun.
Were you talking to me?
Yes. What's your mission?
Jodsy.
What's my mission? It's the Jodsy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Assassination.
you got Chauncey. Hattie,
Yeah.
what are you doing here?
I'm here to ensure that Witherbloom remains strong and advocate for it and showcase its power because of the aforementioned haters.
Got you.
Haters.
Oh, like my grandpa.
Yeah, like that specific hater, actually.
Interesting.
Wait, so
Really?
your mission is to just like hold a pep rally?
Yeah,
Cool
like,
spirit. Make some
Good.
t-shirts.
you're just trying to make, like, Witherbloom more
Are we
popular.
gonna send out flyers or something?
Do we
So-
think Witherbloom,
Recruitment.
hold on, is the home of where the negative plane lies, which is why we need to protect it because the people are trying to get there to open it up, maybe?
Probably.
Didn't you say there was a
see the
second
negative
opening
plane
already?
Get opened?
But I don't think that was in Witherbloom.
He opened it.
Yeah.
Is that in Witherbloom?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. The original one was. Anyway.
Yeah, she opened it up in the forest by my house, which is technically on Witherbloom campus.
It is.
I didn't close. Do you man the sky, or is that open? Do I know the status of that?
When Beladros Wasp came and talked to you, she said she had placed protections around it.
Roger, Dodger, thank you.
Okay.
You didn't think to tell Palanistra this?
I don't feel like we should be telling most people this, unless they got a tattoo.
Let's. Yeah.
But she did have a tattoo.
Oh.
We're gonna have to build.
Okay, that is
allies.
information none of the rest of you
Yeah.
know.
Wait. She does have a tattoo.
It's on her wrist. I saw it when we were talking with her.
Maybe that's how she knew what.
Our tattoos were?
Right.
Well, and like,
Where did she
It was not the same. It did not look the same as your
It was
tattoo.
okay. It did not look the same, but it was small and in her wrist, and it had that silver. So I don't know if it's connected to our tattoos.
Was it like a Bible verse?
it was,
it was.
live, laugh, love.
Better.
It was the Chinese symbol for Pinker. She didn't know.
So first of all, this is amazing. Thanks for the room. I think this is a great idea if we have to hold
Can
meetings.
we talk about Indigo real fast? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. How did we miss you?
Protecting the artifact.
What artifact?
I'm looking for the Stratera Opus.
Stratera Opus?
Statera.
Statera.
Statera. Yep.
Opus. So somebody's great work. Why? Does your ancestor want this or whatever?
I mean, each founder was presented with one, as Panistra was saying, or as what's his name was saying, and so a lot of them have been missing, and so I've.
What happens if you get all of them together? You make like a super magic?
Super Saiyan.
Oh.
Do you know what they do, or like?
So the gloves were the guy's hands?
Yeah, I know what they do.
What do they do?
Like just different magic things,
Like good
Like,
though?
powers.
like a bomb, or like fire, or like?
rewind time if we
like,
fail?
Like powerful magical spells.
Like at will?
Yeah, I
Do
don't
we
know. I
know who-
haven't found them. I haven't actually seen them yet. Well, except for the one.
You were kind of like really into those gloves though today. Was that just because you want to go to that school, or is there something about those gloves that specifically intrigued you?
Yeah, those gloves specifically intrigue me.
Okay.
I mean, they were really cool gloves. I don't even, yeah.
Wait, where did you see this artifact? You said you've seen it before, right?
Yeah, it's one of the Stratera Opus.
Yeah, but where did you see it? Like, I've never seen one.
Just learned about it.
You're just a
did
farmer. You haven't seen anything.
I get
what are
the
you-
impression she
oh,
knows.
Go ahead.
No, she knows a lot about this stuff. So I guess if
She
we're gonna
read
work
it
together,
in
yeah, I
a
don't know.
book.
Like I want to know if I came across this. The reason
Same.
I'm asking. Like, I don't know what to look for.
So there's gloves.
Yeah, there's gloves and there's a crown. I'm actually really wondering if Silver Quill knows the crown or if someone has it, because the crown really allows the attuned wielder to cast like divination at a high level.
I wonder if that would fix the stars.
I'm curious, do you think we can just go up to someone and ask for one of these opuses?
No, I think this is
I'm
kind of seal
researching
it.
them and trying to
Is
see
what
where
it
they
feels
are and
like.
stuff. And so
I'm
that's why I
wondering,
want to
did
talk to
someone maybe
Ella.
put pieces of their soul in these different opuses?
Oh,
I feel like you'd have to steal these Indigo. Like, they're not going to give them to you.
I get real art heist vibes from her.
They're like hidden, like nobody knows.
Oh, okay. So they're in no one's possession.
Except
Minus
for the
the
one that
gloves?
we just found.
Okay.
We're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
yes.
I mean, Lorehold probably wants. I mean, I saw it when we were at Lorehold. The statue was holding a version of it. It wasn't the real one, but
Oh,
Do we think that the bad people are probably also after these artifacts?
Probably.
I don't know if they would know about them. It's really nobody else that I've talked to has really heard of them.
Silver Quill mentioned specifically that the Auric have got to be stopped, but he didn't even know what their objectives are. So I don't know if they're hunting him down, but if you're looking for them, chances are the bad guys are too.
Yeah, I also thought maybe they could just help us like against the bad guys too.
Oh, yes.
quick cue. We're talking a lot about the bad guys with a capital T. How do we know who the bad guys are and who the good guys are?
And
Yeah,
to
we
that,
definitely need to be hunting Kithri like your
for sure.
lost person.
I'd like to, MacGruber would like to come clean. Now that we're all being honest, the group. I stole this cloak from Javi after the lore.
Yes!
Thank you.
He's honestly kind of rude to me, and I didn't think he deserved it.
He's really rude and he's really
And
obnoxious and
it's-
arrogant, and I am annoyed that he's here
It's
and
not
hope he
something
doesn't make it into any school.
That makes me feel so much better because it's honestly been eating me up inside.
No.
That's what you decided to come clean about?
I thought it was going to be that
Also,
Locust
since we're
Star
spilling the
story.
beans, I gotta explain the whole Jordy's in the room situation.
Oh, God.
Oh.
So I met this guy out of like just chance. Like he literally just like appeared in front of me one day
Because he time
outside my
travels.
house,
You said I'm
and
going on an adventure?
no, he was like
Jordy's
like
different than Jotsky.
in shambles, and I'm like, this is
No.
weird. I've never seen magic before, and all of a sudden this person literally fell from the sky in front of
Wait,
me.
you didn't have magic until a few days ago?
Jordy
I mean, I had magical things that were happening, but I never controlled them or like
Oh, okay.
really knew that it was from me until it was explained that how that works. But like he disappeared, and his family is being held captive by some like demigod or demon thing.
The
don't
same fake
think-
word you said earlier?
I'm sorry.
It is because I asked Yimmy in the Sky about this. I prayed to Yimmy in the Sky and was told that
They're two different things.
they're two different things. Am I correct?
Yes, Asmodeus and the demigod titan
Oh.
are completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's
Okay.
just the devil.
And so that's mostly like
Yes.
he was the only person I knew coming to this school. So naturally just gravitated towards him.
The guy
I
who
get
just
it.
showed
He's-
up randomly at your front door out of nowhere? That's
Yeah,
who you
like-
gravitated towards?
Well, he didn't know anyone else.
I didn't know anyone
Well,
else.
I mean, when I came to the school,
What the fuck, God.
I really hope someone walks and looks at their inside their window at their home right now.
right,
Tries to figure out what the hell's going on.
what's going on? So I just feel bad for the guy. Like, his family is in danger. He's trying to get them out. No one wants to help him. So that's Jordy's situation.
How do you know his family is good guys and the devil is a bad guy? That feels kind of like stereotyping on your part.
I mean, if it's Asmodeus.
He's
I think I'm gonna agree
from
the
a
devil's
prison.
a
He
bad
looked,
guy.
he looked like a prisoner.
I'm just saying.
Like, he had like shackles on and stuff. Like,
Though,
he was imprisoned.
to Hattie's point, I don't listen. I don't know what went down between Silverquill and Witherbloom. I don't know. I love Father Shad dearly. He has always been a grandfather to me. But having said that, it does feel like we're also pawns here, being kind of pulled around. So I think it's fair that we all take this with a grain of salt and try to work for what we think our goals are, but keep in mind we might be also being played a little bit, just for what it's worth.
Fair point.
I don't feel like I'm being played, but I can respect that maybe you are.
Fair.
Keeping the family rivalry alive.
I'm just saying.
Hey, as my dad said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So
with that being said, what are we doing about Kithri?
You guys gotta try and follow her and see where she's going.
Yeah, so
We got this feather so I could like track her now.
Yeah, here you go.
you can? That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
I would also like any information about what she's up to and doing.
I feel like we just need like 5 more. Like, I don't think we're in the point of action, right? Like, we just need to see what she's doing.
I didn't say I was going to kill her. I said I was going to
I mean,
figure out where she was going.
I think you should kill her though.
we could just have like Delta turn into a were-raven, then just have like a were-raven party.
We can't kill her. We're going to get her down to 1 hit point, and then Chessie's going to kill her.
That's right.
I can't just like turn into anything.
Oh.
I can go visit.
Oh, I thought that was the thing.
Wow, that's incredibly rude.
I mean, you would just assume.
Yeah. I get
Do you have
it's okay.
fur?
It's
Could I
okay.
pet you?
Yeah.
I feel like Garrett right now. I don't know anything about magic.
Yeah.
Do you guys
we
think you've
that-
been cursed and maybe need a remove curse situation? With
Thanks.
the pricks?
That's what I was just going to ask too. Do we think we should go to the infirmary?
The pricked
Yeah,
ones
we could
probably,
probably start there.
The
You-
pricks?
You guys do what you need to do. I've got an audition I got to hit. So
I mean,
everyone else-
Delta and I are the only ones who've been pricked, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe while you're there, you could ask. Well, I mean, I could go with you, but maybe we could see if there's like a protection that the infirmary could offer us.
yeah.
Yeah, or like an expulsion.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know. I think I'm going to enjoy.
Would
toying
I
with
notice?
her.
Would I still have a prick on my finger?
No, because you've Cure Wounds has been used on you since then,
Oh, right.
and it wasn't deep.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, in 4 days you've.
Okay.
It wasn't
I mean,
like magically open and oozing. Is that what we're checking?
Yeah, it wasn't like you were stabbed.
I still
it was
think it's
just
worth
like a little
ask
pinprick.
Garrett to go.
Get some labs drawn.
Yes.
Lab
Yes.
straw.
Yeah, maybe they can do like a full body scan.
It's bad.
Just see what's going on in there.
Okay, but like, are we also concerned that all these professors are like, yeah, Kithri's definitely bad. Anyway, she's already here, so whatever.
I mean,
Well, that's why the
And that's
Oracle
kind
was
of
the
the
thing.
whole school, right? Like they got some evil professors here, but like that's the thing.
Just wait till you guys see.
Did you guys not see the blood tube earlier? That guy can't be a nice guy.
Or that thing that's like just made out of legs.
The baby head with
Yeah.
tentacles.
Yeah.
a real Sid.
Yeah, I
You know
think,
the magical movie Toy Story.
yeah.
Just
Right.
wait till we get to Silverquill. There's also going to be some more dark things there for sure. Promise you.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep an open mind, but
Yeah,
It seems like you're kind of
preparing
into
for
it,
my
Ellie.
Silver Quill trial tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know about the trial at all. My mom's also best friends with one of the professors there. She's a lot.
Yeah, but this isn't nepotism or anything.
No. Well, my parents can't even do magic. Like they I was not planning to be here. This was not a thing
Until it was?
until it was.
What were you going to do instead?
Oh, travel the world and play music for sure. Absolutely.
What's this
Can you
audition
play-
you're going to, though? Like, do you want some friends there?
Sure.
Yeah, can we watch?
Yeah, do you need to practice?
I probably should.
Okay.
I'm pretty good, but I'm done. So, y'all, this has been good. Weird. Very good. I'm gonna bounce, though.
No, wait,
Maybe
don't
you
you
wanna
have maybe an
practice for
original
us?
song that you need an audience for? Maybe we can do some feedback.
Yeah, I meant that you want to practice in front
You
of
are in a dive
us.
There's a stage over here.
Freebird! No, sorry.
That was only a 18 performance.
18 performance.
Yeah, I definitely need to practice. Definitely need to practice.
MacGruber pats you on the back and just casts guidance, knowing you'll fall off before the audition, but just the...
Oh, thanks. That's good. That's really helpful. That's a good skill to have.
Garrett, let's go to the
You're a
infirmary.
shoo-in.
Yeah, let's hit it.
All right.
All right,
Can I come
as
with
you...
What?
Can I come with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since your bloods are actually the same.
Yeah.
So, infirmary, you're going to go practice.
I would like to go to Lower Hold and talk to whatever Shushu said, Yelvin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, shoe with the
Sounds good.
titties.
Check in
A
with
shoo.
Lorraine.
Lorene. Okay. Let's do Lorene first, and then we can go to the infirmary. You do find her in the biblioplex. As you go, she is at the same table where you met yesterday. She is surrounded by a different pile of books. She apparently has commandeered basically one of the robotic helpers, and they just keep like back and forth. I mean, dumping just armloads of books and taking ones that she's discarded. She's referencing multiple ones at the same time. She's actually starting to, you see her using magical means. These like floating glyphs are almost helping her think, like almost read 4 or 5 different books at the same time.
Shit.
And she is concentrating very, very hard. And actually, I don't know that she would see you walk up. And if you want to address her first, you can.
Lorraine.
You see her just kind of like get bounced out of her reverie ever so briefly. She's like, "How was your trial today?"
Good. I saw the Manus Mentis, like you were saying. I saw them. I touched him.
Yeah, they're, and she just like whatever she's doing,
We need
she's
to
like,
do something,
"Okay, we need to
right?
talk about this." Yeah, they're the hands of a professor. So I don't know what your plan is if you need them, but those are going to be a little tricky.
Well, right now, it's good to just know where they are until we find the others, I think.
That's fair, because I will tell you, the references to these items are incredibly hard to find. Though I've been focusing on the Te Video, which was the gift given to Galazeth Prismari.
Yes.
And it looks like Galazeth actually used it for a really long time. It was kind of a compass that helped him find all these places and open all these portals. And then he kind of donated it to the school and the staff, and like they just kind of passed it around, and some people used it. But then about 100 years ago, there is nothing that I can find about it. It's like it just disappeared. Like after the assassination of Kalnin Zingors, I can't find any reference to it at all. I don't know if Prismari took it back, but unless somebody's just holding on to it in some kind of vault or whatever, I have no idea.
What do you think it has to do with the assassination of that guy?
I'm just saying it seems that's the only major event that happened when all of the stories stop.
And who was the guy?
Kalnin Singhorns. He was the oracle before Jadzi. He was assassinated.
Oh, yeah. Assassinated.
in yeah.
Ass, unnamed.
Interesting. So where did that assassination happen?
It was weird. It was in like one of the outer planes, and he was completely in. It has to be really hard to surprise an oracle, first of all, and like the coordinated attack on it. Like as far as I know, it's incredibly rare that you can sneak on that. But whatever kind of coordinated attack happened, they found him. You know, Callan Singorns was the only Quandrix oracle in history.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
They who? Who assassinated him?
No, they never, like, the books don't know. Like, nobody ever took credit for it. You know, usually something of that magnitude, the political, they just milk it, right? Because everyone wants to make this statement and all that stuff. But, like, nobody really has come forward. Like, at least there's tons of conspiracy theories. I mean, it could have he just got into a dangerous spot, or it was a god, or it was a giant worm, or whatever. But, I don't know. Like, none of those sources are super reputable.
I mean, assassinations are intentional.
Well, I mean, right? Because they're calling it an assassination. So that just insinuate. God, it's another one of these lies that they're telling us. Like, you can't just accidentally die and call it an assassination. Someone did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you should go. I wonder if anyone.
Who would have been
like
around them that's still around now?
Well, I mean, there's a number of professors that I think have been here for a while. Like the Dean Willow Dusk at Witherbloom was planted by Bellatrix Witherbloom as a child. Like, it's the oldest entity on campus.
And does it communicate?
Yeah, it's a teacher. It's a dean of one of the colleges, the dean of growth.
Oh.
And, like, I mean, Pelinistra's been here for 400 years. Like, I think Grimhilda's kind of been, I don't know if she's been here 100 years yet, you know, from Lorehold. But, like, a lot of the other ones are fairly newish. I don't know, Taurus has been here forever.
Seems like a lot
right?
of turnover.
Well, I mean, some of them die.
Like, what are the
some of them are just humans. I mean, Pelinistra's not going to live forever.
Yeah, just kind of a weird coincidence that all of a sudden there's a little turnover of staff. Okay, well maybe you could reach out to someone who would have
No,
been
I don't
around.
talk to people. I read books. And I am here because I don't trust any of these people, and I'm not interested in the
What about
games.
Taurus?
I don't know if she's been there yet.
Taurus in a person. I got you.
Yeah.
None of them are. Are they all people?
Well, I don't know where it is. I mean, maybe. But again, like, there it is. Has she been? What day are y'all on? Y'all are on day 4?
We've had 3
Oh yeah, she was at Quandrix on day 1. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. He can't go anywhere is the thing. So all the information that Taurus would have to be secondhand, unless he's able to somehow be ubiquitous now.
Well, yeah. Let's see which one of these deans we can trust, and that would be helpful. That's a lot of good information on the Teva Deo. The Deus Oros kind of sticking out to me as pretty important.
The crown? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's taken me that long to just search this one.
Yeah, thanks. You've gotten so much information. I can see how much you've been researching. That's a lot, and I'm sure it took a lot of time and energy. So thanks.
She kind of doesn't know how to respond to the compliment, like, but she's like, yeah, it was good work.
Good. And
What would you want to start looking into the Deus Oro next?
yeah, I would like for you to start looking into the Deus Oro next.
Okay. I can do that.
Thanks.
What a fucking sweetheart.
And she starts like, okay, conversation's over. She starts doing this incantation again to kind of start reading multiple books again.
I'm gonna go, but I just remembered something that I want to talk to Hattie or Delta about.
All right, we can pick that back up at dinner. Those of you that are milling around Central Campus, tonight is open mic night at the Bows Inn Tavern if you want some festivities. I'm picking that because I'm not going to have a whole nother event that you all are going to have to do, so use it for conversation or whatever you want. At the infirmary, you all get checked out.
Wait, on the walk, can I have some banter?
Yes.
Can I have some banter?
Guys, so like, there's a lot of people here, a lot of different, like, people from different places, different races and stuff like that. I mean, like, is there anybody you guys think is, like, cute? You guys have, like, a crush on anybody?
I see my guy McGruber just throwing down some mad.
Oh, Dan McGruber,
over
that's
there.
awesome. That's
So,
so cool. Yeah,
that's
totally.
my guy McGruber.
Totally ally. Yeah. You guys.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yes, and
Are we at the, wait,
I mean, I never thought about it, but
y'all
he
are on
seems
your way
like-
to the infirmary, right?
Oh, okay.
The three of you are traveling
we're
together?
just bantering. Okay.
Yeah.
Cute. Okay, great.
Hattie, interesting question. Tell me
Yeah,
more.
just wondering. Totally just wondering.
Tell me a little bit about what you're thinking.
Well, no, obviously, like, you first. I was just wondering. I'm just, like, getting. But do you think anybody's cute?
No.
Oh, okay. This whole AI-generated sexscape.
Strixhaven is all an illusion, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, it's not a big deal.
It's honestly, it has not been on the forefront of my mind, but I'm dying to know who you're thinking about.
No, I mean,
No.
I was just asking you guys. I was asking you guys. Just never mind. Don't worry about it. Never mind.
This is very much PA.
So Garrett,
Garrett,
you're into McGruber?
Oh no, I didn't. No,
'Cause
that was just like
that's
me trying to hype up
interesting.
my guy. I'm just, at the drug party, it seemed like he was being a ladies' man. So
Wait, you're trying to hype him up to us, or you're
not
hyping
with
him up
us,
to
right?
yourself?
I'm hyping him up to himself. I'm just like, that's how general hype man works.
I side-eye at Hattie. What's up?
Internalized homophobia is ruining this man's life.
You know who is a looker? Bracken. Am I right?
I hadn't even thought about that. I guess now that you mention it, sure. There are people who could be like into that.
What are you looking at me?
Garrett? Yeah, Garrett. I mean, he's cute, right, Garrett?
I don't think I've met the guy.
Oh, the deflection.
Garrett, I'm honestly shocked that you think, like, do we need to, like, set you and McGruber up?
We're all standing in a group right now.
No,
three of
We're walking in the infirmary. Sorry, I thought we were all in a group. Okay.
So you can be real.
Now, will you answer that question differently then? Knowing that we weren't in a group?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay.
If you need a wing woman, like, the twins gotcha.
We got 4 wings.
No.
It sounds like you're trying to get something going with Bracken, so,
I mean, I didn't say that.
I mean,
I didn't say that.
if we're, like, reading into things.
I mean, would I be mad? No, but, like, I'm not. It's
He's
whatever.
probably, for both of your sakes, he's probably hung a lot. I mean, he's probably huge. And you guys would both really like that.
Garrett's gonna, like, start speed walking.
Is the funny this way?
I'm just like, what's that? Sure, either.
He's hiding a chub. Like,
Yeah. So,
The opposite direction. Very
yeah, no,
insecure.
I guess either one of you. I mean, go for
I
it.
didn't know I was gonna have so much competition here, but okay.
So clearly, the twins have different tastes and attraction.
It hasn't even crossed Delta's mind.
Same.
Ever the professional.
Same.
I didn't cross my mind either, guys. I just was talking. Oh my god, why are you so embarrassing?
You like Bracken.
So fun.
This is what school's like?
I wish school were kind of like this. I don't know. Maybe I'll join a club with where the people are. The lookers. The cutie patooties.
They're
Hot people? I think that's already the school.
I think you're talking about cheerleaders.
Yeah.
they're called lookers.
So I guess I'll start looking into that. Sounds like we're going to need to make some friends.
Cool. Well, hopefully you and Garrett don't have the same taste, you know?
Okay. Garrett's not picking up on any of this. He's just like trying to be a part of the conversation, but doesn't know how to be.
Garrett literally killed a guy with a high five, so like he's not on our list of existence.
Yeah, like this morning.
Yeah, he's not on our plane of existence quite yet.
Did you guys get to the infirmary yet?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
And
You two get checked out. You get evaluated for any latent curses, any diseases or infections, or anything that would be sapping your strength of any kind. Everything comes back clear. You're offered a healing potion, but you have to drink it there if you want it. I don't know how banged up you still are from the trial, but if you want it, you can have it.
I'm gonna take
Pull you
it.
back up to full health.
Could we just on the low also get like a DNA test just to verify that we are in fact twins?
Yes, you'd have to wait for a higher level mage to evaluate. You kind of talked to a student nurse type situation, like who can do all these basic tests. You want like a doctor that would have to evaluate that. If you want to wait for it, they can do that.
Okay.
Are you?
I mean, can we just leave a sample?
Like blood?
Like shit in a cup.
Or like, can you do DNA swabs from like other things, or is that? Are you
Yeah,
willing to
you
give
can
hair
get
to
some
this?
spit. You can
You
get
can do
it from hair.
spit? You can do
cheek
spit.
swab. Cheek swab.
Well, I'm trying to think of what
Wait, are we really
medieval
concerned
fantasy
we're not
magic,
related?
how they would do this.
I mean,
Because I would imagine they would look more at your souls, but I honestly have not even thought about this.
About us getting DNA tested?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
That guy just uses mage hand and just.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if how do you? I'm not against it. I'm not.
we have a ripped in half picture of our parents.
Yeah,
Can I see a picture of my mom?
yeah. It's back with my belongings in Kithri's little hideout. If you want to, I don't know.
Actually, you want me to pull it up real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love
Let's
to.
say that you have it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tell me
yeah.
everything about mom.
Do I need to be here for this, or?
Jesus, Garrett!
Just
God.
like backing away.
Be one of the gals for
I
once.
didn't you needed to center everything around yourself.
Maybe you guys should just have this conversation telepathically.
Right.
In front
Garrett's
of,
just gonna be like, all right, I'll see you guys back at the dorms.
Bye.
Okay.
And just awkwardly walk out.
Yeah,
fade to
fine.
black.
God.
All right, here, I found it.
He's not good at girl
Okay,
talk.
but tell me about mom.
So we bring out the photo of her parents. Here we go. There she is.
Wow, cute.
Mara?
Mara. Yeah, Mara. Isn't she great?
Yeah.
She is the talk of the town. She makes all the clothing.
Wedding dresses, perhaps?
I thought you weren't here, Garrett. So
That's fair.
see yourself out of this conversation. Yeah, she makes ball gowns. I mean, she made my dress for the ball where Grand Bella and I were. Everyone loves her. She's so kind. I can't believe Dad left her. I'm not really sure what the story is there.
Oh, I mean, I thought she left Dad.
That's not what Mom's told me. So
Threw a hairdryer at him.
But honestly, I think we have bigger problems to solve than why our parents are not together. But
Do you think it's our fault? Be honest.
probably.
This is your
Holy
picture, Hattie.
shit! Dad's a looker. Holy
Told you.
With the most-
Dad D.
Love that name in D&D. It just really breaks me out of it. Nick Barker.
That is
Holy-
Lindsay Lohan's dad.
Oh my God, Dad D is right.
Capital D. Dad
Holy
D.
cow! That hair. That's where we get our hair from.
Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me about Mr. Parker.
So we have this cute little place in the forest, very like casual, but also a little bit opulent because don't know if you know this, but we are really fantastic. Just like horticulturists and trackers, and Dad makes really fantastic wine. And so we have a vineyard.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just like spend the day in like the vineyards and in the woods, like tracking and things like that. He's super smart and like
So is
really
Mom,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes gowns for, I mean, anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
A famous person, you know, if she's probably made it. I mean, she just has the keenest eye for the latest fashions
I have an
and
idea.
fabrics. What?
We should try to get them back together.
We'll just pencil that into our like incredibly busy days, but I think Mom would love it.
I'm going to talk to Obi and then tell him that my objective is actually not what I thought it was.
Okay. I still
Christmas
think,
break.
I think Grand Bella would literally slaughter us if we didn't stick to the objective.
I mean, could we do the objective and the get our parents back together thing?
I think we probably could.
Okay, cool. Deal.
The mage comes and evaluates you are biological siblings. Just to cut to some super cool, magical, medieval fantasy way to determine that. But congratulations, you are sisters.
Wow.
Hattie is older by 4 minutes.
Wow. Guess that clears up a lot? What?
I feel like that clears up 0%.
I know, it's sarcasm.
You're not there either.
Yeah.
Gladly.
I guess we should head back to dinner, huh?
Oh wait, I was gonna ask that doctor if there's any way to protect ourselves from blood magic.
Ooh. That is not the doctor's expertise.
Is there a specialist I could get a referral to?
So,
This is like the American healthcare system.
yes,
Oh my God.
Professor Baltazar is the foremost authority on blood magics on
Ooh,
campus.
the person who is blood?
Yeah.
I mean, that,
No thanks. Pass.
You want to get on his bad side?
Well, also, hopefully, never mind, I'm not there either, but you have an in at that university.
Baby, now we got bad blood.
All right, McGruber, you, do you want to walk, take a carriage? How are you getting out to Lorehold?
I would like to take a carriage.
Okay, you have to answer a trivia question to be able to do that, to get the carriage to work for you. I do not have one prepared, so let's just make an intelligence roll. Make a history check, and we'll see. 15 or higher, the carriage takes you to Lorehold.
Oof.
I will try to make this more fun and have some prepared. I was not expecting that this session.
19.
19. It's actually an answer you know the question to because it doesn't relate specifically to Strixhaven history. It's more to the history of the peoples on the material planes. And so the carriage takes you back to Lorehold campus, down the cobblestone bridge, lined by all of these kind of slightly animated statues of these historical figures, leading all the way to whatever the hall is. I'm blanking on what Lorehold Hall is.
I got it.
Kolema Hall. Yep.
Yes.
As you go in, you enter the wide space. You see the massive statue of this elven, regal elven figure holding this massive staff with a lollipop-sized kind of head on top of it. As you ask around, you found that Yelvin Davo's space is kind of up in one of the upper levels. And as you make your way to his office, you knock on the door, and you hear a soft voice on the inside answer. And when you come in, you see Professor Yelvin Davo.
Just say, Professor, I heard on the radio, whatever, Miss Shushu, she said some things were stolen.
Yes, Macklin, it's always amazing to me how fast that news travels around here. That was technically not public knowledge, but the news is not incorrect. There have been a couple of thefts, not from our innermost sanctum, of course, but from some of our protected spaces. These are items that are available to all students of Lorehold to study under supervision, but they are missing. Tell you, why does it concern you?
It just sounded like a big issue. I was just trying to help. Like, on my first day here, the Chancellor got kidnapped. I don't think I could help with that. But if you're just missing some items, surely I could help find those.
You are a very gracious and kind person. I was going to put up a picture so you all could see remember what this guy looks like. Here you go. Here, and let's see. Go back here. There he is. This is Yelvin Davo.
Nice.
Also a beaut.
Legolas.
So kind of a stately elven gentleman, kind of always dressed in full plate armor. He's seen some stuff, and he has a firearm on his side. And he looks at you. He's like, these items weren't necessarily, they weren't weapons. They weren't in and of themselves. They didn't really have a significant amount of meaning. But they were rare, and they are often used for ritual castings. He goes over to a bookshelf, pulls a book out, kind of flips over, and he shows you a picture. There's a potion description there. There's a steel rod that's wrapped in this in iron, in this unique kind of formation, and then there's a bowl. Beautifully ornate bowl and with runes all around the outside of it, kind of empty on the inside. And he says these were the items that were missing. They can be used for any number of rituals. I tell you, I study what things do, not necessarily what they can be used for. That might be information that Pelanistra or Taurus, or even one of the Reason or 4873 might be able to answer for you.
Okay. I take some quick notes of what he showed me of what's missing, and go, can you take me to where they're normally kept?
Until you are formally invited to Lorehold, I'm afraid you're not welcome in that space quite yet.
Of course.
Once you are a full student, even if you are not a student of Lorehold, and I sincerely hope that you do join this college, special permission can be granted once you complete your trials.
I understand. And then I kind of thank him for his time, and then ask where Professor Deepwell's office is.
Professor Deepwell often resides out in the observatory when he's not teaching.
So thank you. I'll do my best. If I can find the items, I will bring them back as quick as I can.
Well, and Macklin, I would like to talk to you more about your creations. I think that with some guidance, you could really continue to create and enhance what you've already begun working on to something extraordinary. And I'd be happy to lend my tutelage.
I look forward to it. That'd be great. Thank you.
Good luck. Most of your trials, I've heard nothing but good things.
Kiss ass.
That's it. Survived all three, and we've got a good group. It's no challenge is too great.
Ooh, don't tempt fate.
That is a sentiment that I hope will get you far.
I bid my farewells and close the door behind me.
I would like to prepare for that conversation
Yes,
with
that's
Professor Vicor, so let's push that to next session, but we won't go too much farther. In the time that we have left, again, minus this, we'll do this kind of retroactively. It is dinner, open mic night. The Bows Inn Tavern doesn't often stay late, open very, very late, but on Wednesdays it does. And so they pull out the ale, they set up a stage. There's a couple of stages. This place is bigger than you think it is. And so with thousands of students that are coming through here every day, they actually kind of have a couple of stages, one for performing poetry, one for performing music, a band stage that any of you can participate in if you want to, or if you just want to go and relax a little bit and enjoy some live stuff, you can.
Amateurs.
I wanted to ask you if you'd heard Seth and Lorraine talking about like negative plane stuff.
Well, I'm not going to talk about this at the pub.
Well, we talked about it in real life.
Yeah.
Like when Lorraine brought it up first on the first day.
So what are you asking?
Well, like, you know all this stuff about the negative plane. How come you didn't tell Lorraine about where it is?
Lorraine?
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Is that
Like latrine without the T. I want to just point out I did not invent this name. I stole it from the book. So
Lorraine? Who's Lorraine?
Yeah,
green
maybe I
hair
need to be
chick.
talking to Hattie about this more than tell Seth.
Hattie would know more.
Okay, I was saying, I haven't talked to her. I don't think.
So Hattie, if you knew about like all this, that there's a negative plane on campus, why didn't you bring it up to Lorraine when she was asking about it and talking with Obi?
That's what us people
I
without contacts do.
Just hard because we still don't really know who we can trust.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to like offer that information just in case there are bad guys that are like, I don't want to tell them where it is, basically, or that it's real until we know who we can trust and who we can't.
Yeah.
Are you becoming friends with her now?
Yeah, I mean, she's been really helpful. She's kind of in on this Opus thing.
Well, 2 words of advice. I believe she's basically a good person at heart, but she truly has 0 people skills, and she will be incredibly abrasive and not mean to be and just not notice it. So just note that.
She's been really nice to me.
If you if you do want to get on her good side, I discovered that as children she enjoyed pistachio ice cream. So
Yes, I got
why
some
do
of that
you
in my
know
freezer.
her parents were friends with my parents, and
Oh,
they
so it's
tried
a
to
weird
make us
sex
friends.
thing.
Probably between parents. Yeah. So she was
did
over.
mention that.
From about
Did
Father Shad
the
had a role?
was it her?
No,
Did-
he was not involved with any of the sex parties.
Oh, okay.
Forgot about those.
Surprising.
Forgot about those. That ruins the Father Chat thing more.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
No, he only came to the dinner parties.
Which then turned into sex parties?
No, Mom always said nobody wants butt stuff after dinner.
And that's why they went far.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
While we're in the pub, can we try to scoot Garrett close to MacGruber? Yeah.
Gareth is so here for it. I can tell.
Garrett has never explored anything with his own sexuality, so this is all just
This is the chance. This is the moment.
Garrett probably thinks
That's what
you're
college
hitting
is
on him.
for.
He's like, why does this lady keep poking
Right.
me?
It's like, I thought you were into Bracken.
Did you say that out loud? I think it would be fair to assume that Bracken is at open mic night and has quickly found the people that he knows best, which would be Hattie, followed lesser so by Delta, and then being Ovi's roommate. There's a connection
You
there.
got to tag along.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
God.
My bad.
Cool.
Okay. Well, if nothing else is intended for the evening, you all can log along, rest, head back, and we will pick up next session with we'll retcon the Vicor visit real quick, and then you wake up the next morning, head to your next trial. But let's again, we will have to retcon this. At breakfast, you do hear the chimes of the daily news report come in, and the spectral head of everyone's favorite news reporter owl, Shoo Shoo Glint Mantle, comes on, and doom doom doom. Morning, Trixie Strixie. It's Shoo Shoo here to greet you with another great day. The Mage Tower tryouts are all anyone is talking about. This weekend, we may finally see if the hot and spicy superstar Bank will join a team, and when he does, which one? The Chancellor is still missing, still no news. Seriously, what is going on there? Is there a point to any of this? But the other hot topic is our freshman class, and when some brave soul will take on the Freshman Challenge. No one succeeded to our knowledge in the last 4 years, so I guess we'll see soon if what these greenhorns are made of. Well, those are your highlights for the day, and until tomorrow, you stay sexy, Strixie. Doom, doom, doom.
Freshman challenge.
Freshman challenge.
Ooh. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
So I don't know what you have planned for the what is it, quad ball? No,
Mage Tower?
Mage Tower.
Mage Tower.
So Zach's been doing this simulated Quidditch team
No.
game with us. Yeah, so we have it's like a house cup. So he has his team and I have my team, and Yonder has a team and Peachy has a team, and we play every week. And is he okay? The Seeker has stats, the Chasers have stats.
Oh my
the
gosh,
Players
that's
have
awesome.
stats. So he set it up so that each Friday, it'll be me versus Peaches, and so we just put my name and then Peaches' name and hit enter, and it says who won based on who had advantage in the weather and
Wow.
No.
so anyways,
He's so smart.
he knows about spreadsheets and